Hello, beautiful light beings, earth angels, angels, archangels, collective, and the lesser ones. And when I say the lesser ones, I mean beings that are dense. They are a part of the polarity that are dense. They're not rising up or they're unable to rise. Spirit has been letting me know that we all play a part of this existence. The polarity, the lesser ones, and the collective. No joy, no pain, no joy. We all play a part. And on my path, Spirit has been speaking to me a lot about Solomon Keys. Yesterday, I was being spiritually attacked. I'm always being spiritually attacked, by the way. I don't know about nobody else. And I try to think back that working these different jobs, me just shining my light, I'm always getting ganged up by co-workers. They try to gang up on me. And it's just weird. The energy be weird at jobs. And yesterday, I was being ganged up on. It's weird how the lesser ones try to be like, they're not doing what they're doing. They're not saying what they're saying. And it's like, you are not supposed to be aware of what they're doing, or you're not supposed to acknowledge what they're doing. I'm not going to be able to be a friend of me. I'm not going to be able to be fake. It really bothers me when people are fake like that, like a chameleon. When this person around, they're going to behave that way. When the next person around, they're going to behave that way. And it's one particular coworker that I have. To me, he moves like a snake. The way he walk, the way he talk, and just his whole everything. And it's kind of like, is he obsessed with me or obsessed with my energy? Because it's just like, no matter where I go, here he go. And it's like he is just working so hard to get my attention, where I'm not going to give you no attention because I already know that's what you want. You want my attention. And the spirit told me one day at work that this coworker was attempting to steal my joy. I always have to go through this process of, whenever I start a new employment, I cannot truly reveal my true happiness to have this appointment, because the lesser ones that's there that feel like they run the show, they're going to try to steal my joy when I'm coming into this employment grateful that I done made it to this point, thankful that I'm able to accomplish what I'm working on, and I'm just full of gratitude and joy. And here come the lesser ones, like a lizard. It reminds me of the tarot, the King of Wands, and sitting on his throne with all the lizards all around him, on his clothes or wherever, where they feel like it's their establishment, they're the top employee. Like one guy at where I'm working at was sneak dissing. I don't fucks with that. I don't understand people that do that. It's not a diss if you sneak dissing, okay? If two people is sitting over there lollygagging, talking about an individual amongst yourselves, you saying it so I can hear it, but you pretending like you're not saying it. That's not a diss. To me, a lot of men be more into feminine energy, but they don't like to witness feminine energy from a female, but they be in the feminine energy. Why am I saying that? They overextend the feminine energy. They They act like bitches. That's what they do. It's weird to me because they gossip. They cracking little dumb jokes. They all in their feelings. And here I am not being emotional about anything because I'm being logical about why I'm even at this job and how I'm getting out of it. When these people are planning their whole life on it, they talking about their insurance, pocket watching other people, how much they make an hour, how much the next person make an hour. Why are you worried about what's going into somebody else's pockets? That's the first thing. And I was thinking, meditating about when did I notice me having these spiritual attacks while I'm in these jobs. And I'm like, it was since the pandemic. And it's been since the pandemic when I realized that Jesus Christ was not my Lord and Savior and all of that. So yeah, I've been walking this path since the pandemic. 2020 is when I was introduced to Archangel Uriel, and that was when all the protection, all the shields, all the beliefs, everything that I lived my whole life on, all that I believed in was revealed to me all at once, that it was a lie, that it was a story, that it was an allegory, and that the Bible is astrology, and that it's a magic spell book, which I knew it was a spell book because I was able to manifest things a lot with that Jesus Christ energy. Now, in the collective, we have the Christ conscious, but the story that has been rewritten, tweaked to keep people docile is not the actual true story. Well, there are not actual true events, I must say. On my path, I had started reading the Book of the Dead. Okay, the story of Osiris. Spirit has let me know through my trials and tribulation that I'm Anubis. And this is why the lesser ones, I find that people either being extra nice, like they want to be in my good graces for whatever reason. Well, not for whatever reason, I know the reason. It's because I'm Anubis, that's why. My energy, my presence is where it's my presence is making this person see themselves, their shadow side. Because coming to me, meeting me, I want to say this person is meeting a shadow priest. The same way I was introduced to Uriel. Uriel, Archangel Uriel, was my shadow priest, meaning I had to see what was hidden in the shadows when I was introduced to Uriel. So when somebody is introduced to me, even briefly at a job, on the bus, whatever, just my aura energy, and this has got to be going on with the collective too. People in the collective. You go somewhere, you're meeting new people, whatever, either the people gonna like you, accept you, you can associate with them, or they're gonna pretend to want to associate with you, but really they working on creating a pack, like a legion of demons, to try to take you off of your empress or emperor throne. And I could see this coworker working so hard to get me to be frustrated, to get me to feel isolated, singled out. I don't know how many times I done had to experience this. So that's the spirit just letting me know I don't need to be in corporate situations, because at these jobs, nobody is playing fair. You could be the most hardest working person, doing everything right. But if you ain't kissing ass, if you ain't willing to be sexually, how can I say, discriminated against, where your manager is flirting with you and feel like they got the ability to hold your hours in their hand. I got a case coming up soon, a couple of months, and I can't wait for this manager that's been full of nothing but ego to know that I haven't forgotten about what you did to me. This one company I was working for was a temp agency, and they sent me to like a factory where they make ovens. Okay? A lot of racial discrimination. Now, me, myself, I don't consider myself a race. I'm a spiritual being. Me being of a more browner, darker complexion lets me know that I have a lot of ancestry, how you say it? I got a lot of different ethnics in me. I got Spanish, I got Chinese, I got Asian, I got Indian. I got it all in me. Some point in time, my spirit has went through all these different transitions. And now I'm a mixture of all of them. And I don't look at beings for their outer appearance. Oh, you this color, you that color. At one point in time, I did look towards a certain group of individuals a certain way. And it's hard not to, because of the way they operate. They are a lot more heartless and animalistic. I'm just going to say that. I know they come from the mountains, and they are cutthroat. We all got our different lesser ways. But some of the ways that this group of individuals operate is a way that I just could not conceive of ever behaving that way. And I used to be judgmental a lot about that group of people. But I'm not that way today, because I know that I'm mature enough to know that we all are a part of this, okay? We are one, whether we like it or not. We all have our specific roles as the collective. The lesser ones as well, people that look different from you as well. We all have our specific roles on this wheel of life. Okay, the zodiac wheel of life. And this manager, who was a similar complexion to me, a little darker, was on such a high ego point where it was majority Spanish people at this job, Spanish women. They have stroked this man's ego to the point where he's able to flirt with them. They go to work with tight ass fucking leggings, their asses hanging out. It was more of like a, how can I say? It was more like they selling the ass instead of working. I don't know. Like, it was just weird. And I'm not with that. And you know I'm not with that. You can see that I'm not one who could just be told anything. I'm not going to be flirting with no managers. And I'm not going to be getting disrespected in that type of way. And nobody deserves that. You don't deserve going to a job and having to deal with being disrespected sexually, or somebody threatening your livelihood if you don't want to participate in certain activities. And because I was not willing to do that, because I would not bow down to this manager, which I told him I wasn't, he decided that he wanted to fire me. Just out of the blue. Also, not just that too. Collective, be mindful that your co-workers, they're not going to want you to get no promotion. And the manager over top of the egotistic manager had let me know that he wanted me to start training to be a coordinator. And the other manager didn't know that. And so I had went to him and told him, hey, I need to shadow another person because I was told to do that. He got so upset. He was just, his mind was blown. Like, he's like, oh, for what? For what? It was no way I was about to tell him, oh, this other manager want to make me a coordinator. I said, well, you just had to ask that manager because that's what he told me. Because I could see that now he's going to try to block me. And that's exactly what he did. He got me out of there. He lied and said it was something about my attendance and got me out of there right before, a week before rent is due, everything. But see, what he didn't know is that my spiritual team loved me. And that's another thing why I said be mindful of what you said, these words that you said, because right before I was fired, I did speak some things into existence at the fan at that job, saying, Spirit, I don't want nobody negative around me. I just want positive people around me. Whatever else I had said. But I don't live in a world where it's always positive people around me. And if that's the case, I'm not going to ever be able to build relationships and stuff because everybody is not always positive. I'm not always positive. Not mean I'm negative, but God has all the motherfucking spirits. Hate, anger, love, jealousy, joy. God is a combination of all these spirits. So this is where we have to have the equilibrium as spiritual beings. Because we're not going to always just be happy. Because this path is not easy, but it's rewarding. I promise you, collective, it's very rewarding to know yourself and to stand in your position as a spirit, as an alchemist, manifesting things, bringing down heaven onto earth, in spite of the lesser ones attacking you. I started this video to express, basically, I want to encourage anybody that's at a corporation, you working at a job, while you transitioning, building your craft, because that's what I'm doing, because I know that I'm not meant to be in these jobs because they want to dim my light or block my light. And then they gang up in packs, collective, to make a bigger shadow to try to block your light when you can't block this light. And they get angry and upset. So I wanted to make this video to encourage anybody to, if you work in a job and you don't want to be there, you being spiritually attacked all the time, don't change, don't conform. That's Spirit just said conform. They want you to conform, collective. They want you to conform and be a part of their lesser clique. I'm not ever selling out or conforming for shit. Because I'm on my spiritual path. I'm not going to sit and accept being sexually harassed. I'm not going to sit and accept somebody pretending that they're not talking about me and then want to speak to me. That's what I had a gentleman, a co-worker, sit and talk about me, laugh with another lesser one, and then the next day come to me and say, how you doing? And I just looked at him like, I didn't respond. What the fuck you mean how I'm doing? Don't talk to me. That's how I feel. Don't talk to me. if you 1 minute talking about me behind my back, for what, and it'd be weird because it's like, what can you talk about? You don't pay my check, you in the same place I'm in or whatever. It's weird. It's very weird how people act about money. I'm not materialistic, and I'm the Queen of Pentacles. I'm going to get the Pentacle either way. Let me digress. Collective. Anybody been spiritually attacked at their job, do not conform and continue to do your shadow work. Continue to focus on your gifts so that you can have a way of manifesting income and providing for your family outside of working for these corporations, because they just getting worse. It's getting worse as far as employment and what you have to deal with just to be employed. It's like, okay, I need this money or whatever, but I don't need to be treated like a number or like I'm not important, like my life don't matter, or I need to be disrespected or made to feel lesser than who I am. So do not conform. Continue to do your shadow work and continue to focus so that you can master yourself and create and live your true purpose that the divine has given you, so that you do not have to continue to be in these corporations. We're going into the year of the 9. I really feel like this is the year for the collective to really pop out, because we're coming out of the 8. We have took care of karmic accountability. We're coming out of the year of the 8. That cycle is completed. Snake eating his own tail. Now we're going into the 9. Age of Aquarius, Golden Age, Age of Earth, Age of Uriel. We're going into a new age where the abilities will continue to increase. We in Capricorn. That structure, that's standing on that mountain, the Billy Goat. And I think we still in Scorpio moon. I had to remind myself, people gonna be all in their feelings, all emotional, in feminine energy. But you can't tell them they ain't feminine, masculine, they feminine. Oh my God. This is Golden Energy 111, and I'm Divine One, aka Mama Nova. And I'll be back with another video when the Spirit compels me to speak. Y'all have a beautiful day.